a bright start after a disruptive week. Just couldn't quite go on with it in the second half.
Yeah, disappointing. Last week was a little bit similar. We got 30 good minutes out. I probably got 50 minutes out tonight. So again, we're still searching for that 80 minutes. And at this level, you need to play for 80 minutes. But disappointed that the scoreline got to where it did at the back end, because the game probably wasn't, or the scoreline not indicative of the contest, really. But disappointing that we let it get away from us here.
Do you think just everything, the week that was, just sort of took its toll finally at 55 minutes or so? The boys just ran out of gas, or?
I don't think so. I think we probably contributed to letting Brisbane back in the game. I thought where we were handing the ball over from a field position point of view wasn't good enough. Our set ends and compared to where Reynolds was giving us the ball was completely different, and that took its toll on the end. Gifting them field position, the 3 tries from kicks there in the second half, but they shouldn't have been down there. So we're still working out that you can't solve things on your own when things get hard, and I think that's what some of us tried to do. Certainly not through lack of effort, but you can't solve things on your own in tight contests, and we knew there'd be periods that they needed to get through and tough it out and do it together, but couple of errors at crucial times, couple of defensive reads at crucial times, trying to do things on our own where you can't, and they made us pay for it.
How impressed were you with the Debutants, particularly Carraz? I know he had cramp, but did some amazing things out there, Trent, like he'd been playing first grade forever.
Yeah, he did. He's a good player, Jacob. He's still flag eligible. So I think, and then you look at some positives from it, the performance of Jacob and Billy, but that's big Billy's debut as well, and he didn't look out of place at all. So really, really happy for them. At a time when we really needed it, they both stood up. So we had some good performances in there, but just couldn't do it for long enough.
You mentioned Reynolds before. Do you think he was the difference tonight?
He's a good player, mate. He's been around a long time, and he's a steady head, and Brisbane have certainly and will benefit from having a player like him in their team. He just knows what to do and when to do it, and clever little player. But I thought we were our own worst enemy there in that last 20 minutes. That was a game again I thought we should have won.
What do you think's missing? Because you've gone close on a number of occasions. What's missing?
Yeah, what I said earlier, really, I still think we've... So many changes in the team, I suppose, didn't help, but that's not an excuse. But we had we're not playing together at crucial times for mine, defensively or offensively. We're trying to solve things on our own at times when you can't. And when we do play as a team and we're putting together good periods, but we need to put more of them together over the 80 minutes, and we just haven't been able to do it.
A couple of good games from Matt Duffy, but once again got involved in a skirmish there with Tyson Gamble when you're on the line trying to attack. Is that something you've got to talk to him about, Trent?
And that probably goes back to what I was just saying, our game management, I suppose, sense of what we need and when, who's got the ball, who's in front, what time's on the clock, where are we, what do we need. We need a little bit more of them, and that was silly because we did have the ball in really good field position, and he's a big part of what we do with the ball. So there's a number of little things like that are culminating in why the score ended up like it did at the back end.
You're talking about maturity, really, aren't you, Trent? Like patience and maturity through your spine, and that doesn't just happen. Does. Unfortunately, there's only one way to get that sometimes, and that's weight.
Yeah, it is, not just through our spine either. Like, it's across the board. I think it's certainly not from lack of trying. Blokes are trying, sometimes trying too hard, but putting the effort into the wrong areas. And as I said, little things like the kick chase, and coming out one out on some of their back five and giving up 15, 20 metres. There's times to do it and there's times not to. We're struggling to find that balance at the moment, and we need to. And probably a little bit of frustration at the back end too, because they are going so close. But something we've got to fix.
Do you think, given you haven't had any extra positives in the last day and a half, can you be confident that you've had the worst of it?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, we can ill afford any more. We've got another tough one we've got the Roosters next week, so it doesn't get any easier for us, but we've just got to keep going. There's no way around it. We've got to keep working hard and search for the 80 minutes.
Great.
Right.
Thank you, Trent.
Thank you.